But the baby is alive and the suspect is charged in connection with the case. Take a look.
The search for Heidi Broussard and her daughter came to a gruesome end Friday, more than a week after the two went missing. Police searching a home outside Houston discovered the 33-year-old's body in the trunk of a car. She had been strangled to death, but the officers also found her 1-month-old child, Margot, alive.
We located a baby who is currently safe, currently healthy, who is currently in the care of Child Protective Services.
The two were last seen on the morning of December 12th. Broussard dropped her 6-year-old son off at school, then returned to her home in Austin. Her fiancé brought the boy back to the house several hours later. He found Heidi's car and purse, but no sign of her or the baby. Police had little to go on until Thursday night.
A lead was generated that created a location of interest in the Houston area in Harris County.
A longtime friend of the victim, Megan Fieramusca, was arrested in connection with the case.
The charges are 2 counts of kidnapping, 1 count of tampering with a corpse.
Officials are continuing to investigate and say more criminal charges may be filed. Johnny Fernandez, CBS News, New York.
And he's being held on his $600,000 bond. Now, I know you've been outside, and when going outside, you've been feeling those raindrops, but when will that rain end? Sharon, when will it end?
Yeah, it's kind of miserable out there, isn't it? Yeah, it's been rainy, it's been cool. Now the wind has even picked up, and it's still raining. And you know what? Corpus Christi is over 2 inches of rain. This system has overachieved in moisture, in the moisture department, and it is just wet out there. You can see the roads are still wet, the rain coming down, and east wind, northeast wind at 12 and 60 degrees. That temperature hasn't budged all night. It will gradually come down just a little bit through the upper 50s. As we look at our Doppler radar, you can see that there's still a lot of rain out there this evening. It's been mostly light, but it just keeps coming down. And you can see there's been a couple of pockets of moderate rain. Now, it has been a little bit drier in our western counties, in Live Oak County and out to Duval County. You're drier, but as you get closer to the coast, that rain will continue in the next few hours and overnight. But it is going to dry out tomorrow, and the weekend will turn out with sunshine. I'll show you what to expect when I come back.
All right, thank you so much, Sharon. Well, coming up on Action 10 News at 10, looking for something fun to do this weekend? How about some ice skating? Details on a winter wonderland, but with a touch of Coastal Bend style. And 2 young boys are giving back to their peers. We'll explain their good deed when we return. Okay, so snow might not have a strong presence here at home, but that doesn't mean you can't have a winter wonderland, and that's what's taking place downtown at the American Bank Center for their second annual Coastal Christmas. There are several events for families to enjoy and do, like food, taking pictures with Santa, of course, indoor skating. Folks say taking part of this is something to experience.
I mean, it's always great to get the community out and having more people participate in a bunch of different things, not just ice skating, Try and bring things that aren't common to the Corpus area, try and bring them in and introduce people to different aspects of the world. I think that'd be really cool.
And if you missed the event today, that's okay. The Coastal Christmas will end by December 30th. By the way, the event will not take place on Christmas. And as people get that last minute shopping done, I can attest to that, you can better believe that it will have an impact on traffic. And police, especially in the La Primera Mall, are ready to take force. To control the traffic flow in that area of SPID, CCPD will be increasing their patrols, making sure people remain safe during the busiest time of the year.
It's a busy area around the mall and Moore Plaza. So you got to be extra mindful, especially as vehicles pulling out from the mall and from Moore Plaza. They don't always see what they're doing. They don't always pay attention. So it's up to the drivers to be more cognizant about what's going on around them.
Now remember, there's construction going along SPID, but it won't be too bad because work is going to be halted for the holidays. And still to come, 2 cruise ships collide in Mexico. We'll show you the damage next, but first let's get a check with meteorologist Sharon Ray with a look at our forecast.
We have a cool, rainy night ahead, but we are looking at that sunshine returning for the part of the weekend. I'll show you when coming up.
Now, Action 10 Chief Meteorologist Sharon Ray with your Doppler 10 weather forecast.
Well, we've got a lot of rain out there, and it's already added up to 2 inches in some spots. Corpus Christi Airport at 2 inches, Rockport about 1 inch, and Alice, Kingsville, boy, it's just been very soggy, and these totals are way above average. In fact, Corpus Christi is going to come in with as much as and more than we normally see in the whole month of December. As far as the Doppler radar, well, it's still wet out there. You can see that moisture as it's been feeding in with that Pacific moisture from the southwest ahead of a low pressure area that's slowly moving in. It did slow down, and that's why we added that rain into tomorrow morning's forecast starting yesterday. So this rain really isn't going to completely end. It is going to taper off a little bit. It won't be as steady, but we'll see that not ending until tomorrow morning. And temperatures, you can see, are still in the upper 50s and low 60s. With all the moisture in the air, they're not going to drop much tonight, as we'll see that wind continuing too from the east-northeast. That cool breeze is blowing as that rain is coming down. So therefore, tonight's going to stay in the 50s for lows. Tomorrow, still cool. We do start to clear out a little faster in our western counties. You may see a little afternoon sun. That's why you're reaching the mid-60s, but closer to the coast with clouds most of the day, it's only going to reach close to 60 degrees tomorrow. So with the morning showers ending, we will gradually clear from west to east tomorrow, but just expect quite a bit of cloud cover and a rather cool Saturday with that chilly north breeze blowing and temperatures in the 50s to near 60 and rain in the early part of the day in spots. The weekend forecast, though, you can see, though, tomorrow night with the clearer skies, it's going to cool down quite a bit. We're down to near 40 degrees, upper 30s inland tomorrow night. And then Sunday, well, it's a little bit warmer, and we see more sunshine and the wind is light. So here's our upper level low. It's slowly pulling to the east, and out ahead of that, we've had not only the surface moisture increasing because of our onshore flow, but also we had this drawing in this moisture from the southwest. So between all of that, we're getting some decent rain out of this. As it continues to pull east, though, the drier air on the back side of this will start to move in later tomorrow and for Sunday. And we'll see ridging building. A ridge of higher pressure starts to build early next week, and that gives us a warming trend and lots of sunshine for the start of the week, but there's going to be some fog at night. So we'll look at our satellite and radar, that moisture continuing to feed in behind, ahead of our cold front. It's a very weak front, and that upper low gradually going to pull to the east with the surface low also pulling eastward tonight. Higher pressure is going to start building in Sunday and into early next week. We dry out and we'll see sunshine. For now, here's newest future tracker, 10 o'clock tonight, still showers continuing. Notice, though, as we get into the early morning hours, they really start to thin out, especially in our northwest counties as that moisture gradually decreases, but it's pulling south. That rain by 11 o'clock into south, very far south Texas, and we will start to dry out. But the clouds take a while to clear, so it won't be until later in the day tomorrow you'll see a little sunshine. Additional rainfall amounts from now until the rain ends, and you can see additionally we could pick up a few more hundredths inland, and up to about a third more rain in Corpus Christi is possible tonight into tomorrow. So here is your 7-day forecast. This is brought to you by AutoNation. AutoNation will purchase your car even if you don't purchase a vehicle from them. Shop now at the AutoNation lot near you. All in all, tomorrow looks kind of cloudy and kind of cool, so a good day to do that Christmas shopping tomorrow. Get indoors. Sunday, however, we're seeing the sunshine, the milder temperatures, a little bit warmer Sunday, and into next week those temperatures gradually climb, and it still looks great for Christmas Day. If you like milder weather, we're reaching into the upper 70s. However, we're going to have to watch for that widespread fog, and it'll be dense at night, especially by Tuesday night into Wednesday morning.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Sharon. The wife of a U.S. diplomat has been charged in a crash that has killed a British teenager earlier this year. Anne Sokoulis, charged with causing death by dangerous driving in a crash that killed 19-year-old Harry Dunn in August. It happened outside a military base in central England. The UK's Crown Prosecution Service said in a statement that it's now started proceedings. A watchful neighbor scares off a duo of porch pirates. Listen.
Stop! I want that back! Right now! We got your license plate! Put it back now!
Shannon Brandon, shaming porch pirates trying to steal a package from her neighbor's house. They go to put the packages back and leave. Her neighbor, very grateful. So what's in the box, you might be wondering? Just a couple of pillows. And cold and flu season came early this year, so many of us might be spending the holidays washing our hands and trying not to give the gift of germs to our loved ones. Doctors say proper hand washing is one of the best ways to protect yourselves and others from getting sick. Listen.
It's a simple and easy way to avoid getting sick or passing viruses and bacteria to others. Washing hands. But many of us are not doing it right or as often as we should.
We want to wash for about 20 seconds or so. But that's not from start to finish. 20 seconds of actually having the soap and lather on your hands and making sure that that lather gets all over the place, under your fingernails and between the fingers themselves.
Dr. Frank Esper is a pediatric infectious disease specialist at the Cleveland Clinic. While soap and water is usually better, he says alcohol-based hand sanitizers are a good option. Look for products that contain at least 60% alcohol. Rub the gel all over until hands are dry. That should also take about 20 seconds.
A lot of kids, especially the smaller children, they're really not able to use soap and water as well as older children and adults. And so for the smallest children, those who are in preschool or those who are just learning themselves, actually using an alcohol-based rub has been shown to be better than soap and water.
Washing your hands before, during, and after preparing food is critical, and you should always wash your hands before you eat. Other musts after using the bathroom, before and after caring for someone who is sick, and after blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing.
If you're sick yourself, all right, that means not only is your nose runny, but that means those germs are also on your fingers and on your hands, and so you should be washing your hands even more so.
So you and your loved ones spread holiday cheer this season, not germs. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
Good to know. And two cruise ships collided next to a port in Mexico's island of Cozumel, and it was all caught on camera.
Yep.
It happened this morning. Damage was to the stern of the Carnival Corporation's Carnival Glory. Authorities say there's an investigation. There have not been any reports of injuries. Investigators search for an abandoned lab in Houston where a teen is accused of stealing mercury. Police say 19-year-old Christopher Medler stole 11 pounds of the liquid metal from a lab last week, then went to a gas station to sell it. Investigators believe he spilled small amounts of mercury at several places. Aerial video shows people in protective gear walking around. Medler held on a $150,000 bond. Area law enforcement were led on 2 chases by suspected drunk drivers last night. This one involved a woman who police say wouldn't pull over on I-37 in Cal Allen area. For DPS troopers, she took off and led troopers on a chase that reached speeds up to 120 miles per hour. The chase ended on navigation when the woman crashed into someone's construction barriers. No one was hurt. She's now facing DWI and evading arrest charges. And a couple hours later, DPS troopers found themselves involved in another chase. This one started around 2:30 in the morning on Old Brownsville Road near Saratoga. This chase also reached speeds of more than 100 miles per hour. Spike strips helped in this chase. The driver is also facing DWI and evading arrest charges. And Apollo Towing has launched its annual No Excuses program. It offers free tow and rides for drivers who may have had a little too much to drink for the holiday season. The program will run through 6 p.m. to New Year's Day. Tows and rides are only available to people who live in Corpus Christi, Portland, or Robstown area. All you have to do is call 853-0003. The service is only for drivers and passengers are not allowed. Local boys set up a lemonade stand in the summer, and now for this winter they're using their profits to give back to kids who may be in need for the holiday season. Here's Brenda Matuti with the story.
With the wintry weather we've been getting, it's hard to think about the summer, and even harder to believe that's how long 5-year-old Joseph and 7-year-old Mitchell have been saving their money from their summer lemonade stand.
Then we just got the lemons and squished them in there.
An even bigger surprise was when Joseph and Mitchell told their parents they wanted to use the $110 they made to buy Christmas gifts for other children.
To buy toys for tots. Because it's not fair that other people have toys and some people don't.
The two boys say the idea was random. They really just felt an urge to help people. And now, thanks to the community support,
police officers first, and then our neighbors,
they were able to buy bikes and scooters so other kids can ride into the new year as joyful as them. Do you guys plan on having one again?
But it's not going to be lemonade this time.
Oh, what is it going to be?
It's going to be Christmas season, so we're going to do so we're going to do hot chocolate.
The boys say they plan to donate the money from their hot chocolate stand to a local children's hospital. Reporting in Corpus Christi, Brenda Matuti, Action 10 News.
Very cool indeed. And just ahead, Houston, we have a problem. Not everything goes as planned for a test mission at NASA's newest passenger spaceship. What went wrong? The details when we come back. The Starliner launched this morning, but things didn't go quite as planned during the vessel's first critical test mission. Take a look.
Liftoff. Release. Engine at full thrust.
It was a flawless launch.
We've cleared the tower.
Boeing's Starliner spaceship blasted off aboard an Atlas V rocket this morning. The capsule was supposed to rendezvous with the International Space Station, a critical